Good day everyone. Here are the part 2 of my video about the example of Anderson's and Krathwohl's Taxonomy 2001. Here are the categories of new Taxonomy 2001, from the lowest level to the highest level. First level is remember, second is understand, third is apply, fourth is analyze, fifth is evaluate, and the highest level is create. If you can see the changes in taxonomy from the taxonomy 1956 to taxonomy 2001, they identify the 6 levels within the cognitive domain. There is a fundamental difference between the knowledge category. They can change from the noun to verb form. These are the briefly explanation of new taxonomy 2001. Remembering, recalling relevant knowledge from long-term memory. Understanding, making sense of the materials you have learned. Applying, use the knowledge gained in new ways. Analyzing, breaking the concept into parts and understand how each part is related to one another. Evaluating, making judgment based on a set of guidelines. And the last one is creating, putting information together in an innovative way. These are the examples of verbs that relate to each functions. First here is remember, to retrieve or recall. Second is understand, interpret, classify, infer. Apply, use learned material in new situation. Analyze, break material into organizational parts. Evaluate, make judgment, check, and to critique. And the last one is create, reorganize, plan, or to produce. Examples of the model. Remembering, we should to make the activities. First is list main events of story. Create a historical timeline. List important pieces of information. Recite a poem, speech, or monologue. Create a chart of information. Then make a questions. What is? How many? When did that occur? Who did? What happened after? Describe the main character. Second is understanding. Activities. Illustrate the main idea. Create a cartoon strip. Write a script and perform a play. Create a chart to illustrate flow. Summarize the main points. Questions. How would you explain? Redefine in your own words. Can you illustrate that point? Can you outline the process? Clarify the main idea. And the third example is applying. Activities. Construct a model. Create a puzzle. Dress up in clothes from that era. Make a model to show the principle. Design an advertising and marketing campaign. Questions. What characteristics can be used for grouping? Think of another instance when. How would the outcome change if? What questions would lead to a specific outcome? The fourth example of the model is analyzing. Activities. Make a chart to show relationships. Write a report about the pros and cons. Critique a piece of art by form, color, textures, genre, and etc. Create a graph to show how X affects Y. Questions. Explain how X is similar to Y. Explain how X is different from Y. Why did those changes occur? What other outcomes exist? Why was X the outcome? What caused X to change? The fifth examples of the model is evaluating. Activities. Write a list of judging criteria for. Debate a social issue. Convince others of the importance of 5 ethical principles. Consider what changes are needed. Write an opinion paper about. Questions. Is there a better way to state and defend position X? How could you improve? Who will be affected? How will they be affected? And the highest level of Taxonomy 2001 is creating. Example of the activities. Invent a robot that does. Journal about your feelings. Create a new product and sell it. Create a plan to end world hunger. Describe an ideal spring day. Create a futuristic city. Questions. Design a model to show. Name different ways to. Find a new way to use an old item. Define in your own feelings. Develop a new plan to.